Hello everyone, and today we're going to learn how to make a website like this. We'll learn some basics of HTML, and I really recommend that HTML as a great beginner language. HTML, also known as hypertext markup language, is a language used to create websites. Before we start, we need to know some things such as what is an element. This is an example. An element starts with a smaller than sign and ends with a greater than sign. Elements have a starting element and an ending element. Some elements don't have a ending element. It's time to code. Let's start by making a file. I'll make a file named index.html. You can make a file by doing the following. First, make a file. Add the website's name or whatever you want to name the file. For example, I'll name it index. And then add .html. Note, .html should be in lowercase. You can save it to your desired folder. So, let's code. First of all, we start by preparing our page. To prepare our page, we will add our first element, which is doc.html. It defines that our page is an HTML page. Doc type, add exclamation mark before doc type, then add space and add HTML. Doc type should be in uppercase. Mostly all of our elements are in lowercase. So the next tag we're going to add is head. I meant HTML. Now we'll add these spaces between the tags, and just between them we're going to add something. Head. After adding the head element, add another element. To order them, you can give some spaces like this. So in the head element, you can add another element, which can be, well, in mainly the head element you add different things such as script. In the script element, you will add different JavaScript codes. Okay. And you can add a code called style in the head element. In this you will add your CSS code, and you can add an element that called meta set. Now in this we'll add UTF-8. Now you may be wondering what does UTF-8 means. It means that this page allows symbols, emojis and things like these. Right. After adding UTF-8, add this. So we've done coding our head. Now where will the content come? We'll make a new element called body, and between the body we'll add the code. This is where the content will come. The first script that we learn for the content is the paragraph element. So where I can add any text such as hello, okay, and I can run it. First save the file and then run your project. You can run it by opening your project which is in the folder. It will open in your default web browser. So this is my web page. Here it is written hello, but as you can see it is written index.html. It doesn't look like a page like this. If we want to change our page's name, go to the head and add the following. Title. Now this will be the title of our page. In the head, add this in the head. I'll name it supports website. Now save your document and refresh the page. Look, now its page is written website. So if we want to add another line, we won't add it like not in here. If we want to add another line in the paragraph, we can't add it like this. Look, if I save it and refresh the page, it will skip the enter and add space. So let's delete this. And add another paragraph element. Oh, I forgot to save it. Make sure to save your document and refresh the page. Look, another line is added. But if we want to add headers and different size of paragraphs, I'll show you. First, let's add in header. I'll add title as the header. So let's save it and refresh the page. Look, there's a header. But what if we want to add different sizes of headers? So let's copy this and paste it 6 times and click enter as we paste it. 4, 5 and 6 times. After H1 add H2. After H2 keep adding till you've reached H6 like this as I'm adding. So now these are different sizes of headers. Look, if we want to add this text for copyright, so we won't use the header element. We will use an element called small. In this you can add a copyright such as I'll add copyright just like this. So let's test it. Look, there's a copyright text here. What if we want to make our text bold, italic and this? First I'll start with the H1. Here I'll make it the text bold. I'll make it bold. So suppose I'll add bold. In any text you can even add this in the paragraph element. I'll show you for example. You can add spaces between these so it is noticeable. And yeah, let's test it. Look, I added the bold element. Here it is not bold because the title is already bold. But here look, the bold text can be observed. But if we want to add italic text, I'll just add an element and add just some random text. Let's refresh the page and look, the text is italic. You can even make a text italic and bold by doing this. Refresh the page and look, that text is italic and bold. If you want to define an important text, you can do this. Here in the hello element, add strong. Strong means important text. Refresh it. Look. Now, if you see this strong, it looks like it is bold, but it is a lot different. You can see that the bold text is different and the strong text is different if you look closely. So next, we've done learning how to animate our text and do things like these. Next, let's add some content such as images, videos, iframes, and more. First of all, I start by images. Type the following code. Image source. SRC stands for source is equal to. So you can add this according to you. I'll add it according to me. I'll take a random picture such as this picture and bring it to my file. Look, I have a picture. To add this, I'll first copy First, I'll copy the file format and paste it here. After that, I'll add another slash like this and add the file's name, which is arrow. I'll add in capital, save it, and refresh the page. Now, this image isn't showing because I did a mistake in adding the format. So, let's fix the format. First of all, I'll check is this. Let me see. So, what we're missing is the files format. Add dot the files format. Let me check what the format is. This is a PNG file. So, I will add PNG. Add PNG in lowercase. Save a file and refresh the page. Look, we've got our SVG image, or whatever type of image it is. I meant our PNG image. So, let's add a video. Note, remember to add an ending tag. And yeah, before you do this, I want to show you something. Add an alt text. If you want to add an alt text, this is a text that will be a replacement if an image is not available. So let's see. If alt, I'll set the alt to image. save the project and refresh the page. Let's see. Right now we can see the image. This alt text will be seen if I make a mistake. For example, I removed a letter from that, and look, we refresh the page, or I forgot to save. Remember to save. Look, there's an alt text for it. Image. I'll add the P back. So next, we'll add a video. First, add video. If video SRC, which stands for source, is equal to whatever video we want to add, I'll add an video by just going and copying one from my any tutorial. Wait for it. See, just copy and paste it in my file. So now I've added a video. Copy the file format and paste it in the source. Add this slash and then add the video, which in my file its name is part 1 demo, part 1 demo, part 1 demo, and then add the file format, which is webm dot webm. Let's test it. Save it. Add webm in lowercase, and let's see, is there a video? Yes, there is, but we cannot control it. So I'll add an before I add an editing tag, I'll add controls, which means controls are available. Let's save it and refresh the page. Look, now I can play it. Look, it works. Let's skip this and I'll add another thing. No, that was the voice of me, it wasn't the voice of the video. So let's add volume maybe. So no volume. So let's add the next thing, which is audio. Add an audio and also add source. I'll just take audio. So let's add the iframe tag. Oh no, let's add iframe source is equal to, I'll add this file's name and then add an ending element. Save it and refresh the page. Look, there's a website in a website. Now copy this and add this. Now I'll add the link. Let's add this. Go Control Z. Save it and refresh the page. It is taking time to load. Right, not SCR, SRC. I did a mistake. Wait. Save it and refresh the page. Look, the word things back. But let's open that and we'll let me see. Just checking something. Okay. So let's add another thing. Now let's add how to add a form. First, let's create a form like that. I created a form. Now add 3 spaces and between them let's add the inputs. The first thing we'll add for a form is an input. But before an input we'll add a label. Add this. Add label, which for me is your name. For example, I'm asking, and then add input. Now inputs, before I end the input tag, inputs have many types. For example, I want this to be a Control Z. So I want this to be a number or whatever you want to add. Well, I'm going to add nothing because I want this to be a normal label, just a normal input. Save it and refresh the page. Look, we have our first thing of a form. Next, I want to ask your age. So I'll copy this and paste it. Now I'll add age, and I want to add that he can only add numbers. So I'll add input type is equal to, I'll add, what is it called? Right, number. Save it and refresh the page. Look, you can only add numbers. Note, if you see that there's no space between them, after this add a BR, which stands for break. It adds a little space between them. So let's refresh it and look, it comes after that. So let's add another BR for better space. Well, I'll add this one later because I'm not making a proper site right now. Let's copy this and add that if you want to add your email, I'll add email and type is equal to email. So let's refresh the page and look. Now if I add here you will add your email. Like if I add, it's not a proper email, but I'm done with this. Now let's add our next thing, a button. Add the following thing. This stands for button, and if what you want, I'll add a submit button, which will be like this. The button's type will be submit. Not, I'll add something like, let's see, Control S. Look,
if I add here G submit. Okay, so ZU.
So this is the end of our tutorial. Goodbye and keep on scratching.